Hi, and welcome to MediaPlace, a powerful software for Mac and Windows that combines cutting-edge AI tools with intuitive features to help you edit, organize, and visualize your media. With MediaPlace, you can rate your files, add tags and notes, and apply filters to streamline your workflow and save you time. All right, so MediaPlace now offers seamless one-to-one synchronization with your folders and files. So every change you make within MediaPlace, whether it's organizing, tagging, or editing, is automatically reflected on your hard drive, and vice versa. So changes you make directly to your files, they're instantly updated inside of MediaPlace. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the software itself, explore some of its main features, and share some tips to help you get started. So let's go ahead and dive in to how to set up and get started. All right, so what we're looking at first is the homepage inside of MediaPlace. So on the homepage, you're able to quickly navigate and search for media files that you may be looking for. You can search for images quickly, videos, audio, documents, fonts, and Lottie files quickly at a high level. You can also sync your folders within MediaPlace from here as well. Below that, we have our AI features that you can quickly access from AI cloning, image generation, and speech generation, as well as any recent templates you've worked on and any recent media that you've been working on. All right, so that's what the homepage is for. It's just meant to kind of give you a high-level view of what's going on so you can quickly access content that you need. Now, the one thing I'm going to point out that you should do first, right when you get into MediaPlace, is come up to your main menu here, open it up, and you have different options for tutorials, support, installations, all that good stuff in here. But I want you to go to AI plugins. Now, the AI plugins that we have are required for you to access some of the AI features that are built into MediaPlace. They're one-time downloads, and they will allow you to use them, right? So let's just go ahead and click download all. So that way, when you have them installed, you don't have to worry about them anymore. You can just access those features from the start and get going. All right, so now that the AI plugins have downloaded, you do not have to worry about those anymore. They run in the background and they manage themselves, right? So now you can just get to and join and working with MediaPlace. All right, so now let's synchronize some folders inside of MediaPlace. So up at the top on the homepage, you have the ability to select folders to synchronize inside of MediaPlace. So I'm gonna go ahead and select this, and it's gonna open up my Finder window. So you're gonna navigate anywhere on your hard drive that you have a said folder, and I'm gonna select this graphics folder that I've got here inside of another folder, and I'm gonna click open. All right, and so immediately it synchronized that folder and all of the media inside it into MediaPlace, right, which is really awesome. So again, it's the one-to-one synchronization. So any files and changes that I make inside of MediaPlace will be reflected on my hard drive and vice versa, right? So this is really cool. So this is truly a visualizer that lets you see and organize your stuff. So you don't have to go back and forth or have it saved somewhere else and then reload it. It's all contained on your system and then managed through MediaPlace, which is great. All right, so that is how to synchronize a folder. And again, you do have the ability to do that from within the library page. So once I synchronized, it took us to the My Files section, right? So we were here at the home page. Once you synchronize, it automatically took us to My Files right here. And here is the sync folders down below. I have some other synced folders in here as well. But just to say, maybe you didn't want to go to the home page. Maybe you're already working within your files here. You can click on the folders button here, the pink plus icon. And from here, we can then sync some more clips. I could sync this guy and then boom, it would sync that, right? So again, I have multiple ways to synchronize folders from the homepage to My Files, right? So this is a great way to do that. Now you do have the ability to drag in files outside of MediaPlace into MediaPlace itself, right? So say, for example, I wanted to add some source files to my Scuba Clips folder that I've synchronized in MediaPlace. I could just open up a Finder window and then maybe select these 3 audio files and I want to drag them into MediaPlace, right? So you don't have to be on that said folder that you want to bring media into, but once you drag it into MediaPlace, it's going to prompt you with where do you want this destination to go, right? So we're going to go ahead and choose our Scuba Clips and then click import. And then here are my 3 audio files, right? So again, there's multiple ways to synchronize your folders that you already have that may have media in them or may not. And then you can drag in content as well into MediaPlace, and it will then synchronize into that folder that you have already built into MediaPlace, right? So that's really cool. And again, everything's one-to-one. So all the changes you do inside of MediaPlace have those effects of those files on your hard drive itself, which is pretty cool. All right, so now let's talk about the layout of the library real quick. So up in the top left corner, you have the ability to navigate between all of your files. So if I select up at the top, you'll see all files. And this is showing me all the files between all of my synced folders that I have into MediaPlace. Now I can quickly navigate between different file types by hovering and clicking on images, video clips, audio files, documents if I had some fonts, Lottie files, and then of course there's miscellaneous other files that you could put in as well that it will read. All right, so we'll go back to all and it shows all files. We do have untagged files, which shows me all of my untagged files, as well as if I click on unrated, shows me all of my unrated files that don't have any stars, right? So that just gives you the ability to see your files at a high level and see where they're at so you can stay organized. All right, so up at the top, we have actions. So we do have another tutorial that shows more in-depth batch actions tutorials, but essentially batch actions allow you to process multiple files and do one action item at a time. So maybe I want to rename 10 different files. I can select them all within my library here or my files, and then I can then adjust the names to what I want them to be. Or maybe I want to add tags to all these files or give all of these 30 files a 5-star rating. I could do that from within batch actions, right? So stay tuned for other tutorials that show you more in depth on that. Here's where you can search up different file types. So if I click on the dropdown, it lets me choose. I can search in all of these, or I can get specific and just maybe choose tags only. And then on the right of that, you have a more in-depth search. So whether types, tags, ratings, dimensions, shape, size, and duration, you have the ability to search even more precise using these filter down tools too as well. So let's go ahead and navigate more to the right. And here is where you can sort by. So you can sort by, name, file size, dimension, ratings, all that good stuff down below. You can also choose whether you want to select all right from here, which is a nice feature. And then the show info allows you to see the format. You see at the top, it says MP4 on some of these or SVG. That gets away, disappears. If you have ratings on them, maybe you don't want to see the ratings in this view, you can turn that off, or you can turn off the AI feature, which right here you can see on these files, these are AI generated images. So if I don't want to see that, I can just turn that off as well, right? So depending on your preference, you have that ability as well. These plus and minus allow you to zoom in and zoom out. So however you want to see your images, maybe like to see everything smaller at a high level, you can do that from here or zoom in, right? If I select, let's say I select a picture here, this SVG, you can see I have an edit page here. This allows me to edit the SVG. And then also with SVGs, you can edit the colors of those. So I could come in here and change the color of this guy. Maybe I want it to be blue now, right? So you can change colors of SVGs and then drag and save them to your files or wherever your synchronized folders are, and then have a specific folder for those, right? So that's a really cool option within MediaPlace too, is to be able to edit SVGs on the fly from this edit page, right? And when you select on different properties for different clips, they have different options, right? So the SVGs only allow you to edit those. If I select a movie clip, for example, and go to its edit page, I have the ability to trim that clip, save it out as a different file type. I could even save out like a still from that video clip, right, as an image, or create a GIF from there. And you have some other options, and you're able to save and drag those out to other synchronized folders or outside, right? You can export it out into a different hard drive, right? So that's cool. So that's video. And then pictures, let's navigate to some pictures here. So pictures give you the ability to, let's go ahead and open up this PNG, to actually edit a little more, right? So you can come in here and you have the ability to save as different file types, but you can add elements such as text, images, and rectangles. And again, we have other tutorials that go more in depth on the edit page for these images, videos, and audio files as well. But just at a high level, you're able to make some color adjustments. We've got filters. We have all of our AI tools for pictures right here. So removing backgrounds, color bursts, removing objects, removing text from images, and expanding your image, right? So readjusting it. We do have compression tools available, as well as upscaling. Just like those AI plugins we installed in the beginning, being able to upscale with AI, this is part of that, right? So again, if you want to upscale a small resolution image to make it bigger, or you can continue making a high resolution image even bigger, you can do that from within upscale as well. All right, so that is an overview of the My File section inside of MediaPlace. Now let's navigate down to our AI section and go to images. All right, so here is where you can generate AI images inside of MediaPlace using our base model, as well as our new Pegasus, which is our more advanced model for ultra realistic images and text rendering, right? So if you choose Pegasus here, and then you come in here, and just like I just put that prompt in, you type in the prompt you want, I should say, a headshot of a smiling woman. And then how many images do you want? Choose your resolution, and then you get to choose your style, right? So here's where you can choose from many different styles for your AI generation. and then you can click on generate images, and then they will appear inside of my images, right? So just like here, you can see we've got these really ultra realistic AI generated images of headshots of this woman, of this older man, and then we had some sci-fi generated ones here too. Now, once you have those generated inside of my images, you're able to save those out into somewhere of your synchronized folders inside of MediaPlace. So you can come in here, maybe save it to your media folder here, and then go from there. You also have the ability to export out to disk. So I could export and save out to an external hard drive or to a client's thumb drive, whatever you want, you have that ability as well. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for, you can come over here and click on inspiration, and you have all these inspirational royalty-free images to use in here as well. You come in here and maybe you want something like this. So what you can do is create similar, right? So I can type in create similar, and then it will put that prompt in here for me as well. I come back to my images, and then I can choose the style I'm looking for, right? That was a neon punk style, but maybe I don't want that. Maybe I come over here and choose a different style and go from there. Or I can come in here and tweak the text to something more specific that I want, right? So there's inspiration. You can actually use all of these as well. Download them, save them out to your files and use them royalty free, or you can use them as inspiration to create your own images, right? So that's really cool. All right, so now let's move on to AI cloning, right? So the way it works is you select up to 10 to 15 photos of the subject you want to replicate. You click the start training button, and then the training may take a couple of hours, but then you'll receive an email when it's ready, and then you'll be able to generate at the top, and you'll be able to start creating images of your subject, right? Which is really cool, right? So that's the basis of it. You can create an identity, right? So choose the name for it, whether it's male or female, choose the race, and then you can upload 10 to 15 images, right? And here are some requirements that it really suggests, right? So you want selfies like well lit, eye level, variety. So include photos with different outfits and backgrounds, more recent photos. So that way within the last 6 months kind of helps out better too. And then clarity. So make sure your photos are should be taken from good distance, ideally waist up, right? So these are the things that it says not to do because you won't get the best results. So you don't want low quality, no revealing photos, no accessories, no unnatural angles, right? So to get the best benefits out of this for this training model, stick with the top green check marks there. And once you got those in there, it will then you'll be able to start training, and then you'll be able to generate some really cool pictures, right? So for example, I have this identity called Sam that I created with 10 photos of Sam, and you're able to, just like in the image generation, you're able to type in a prompt, right? So you want to specify a woman, or you can specify a man, right? And then type in the description of what it is you want them to do, right? So these are just, they trained off of this, of Sam's photo, and then I put Sam in all of these different scenarios, right? I wanted Sam riding a bike, at a mountain, right? Hiking, holding a cup of coffee, right? So you can put yourself in these cool scenarios, and you can have a lot of fun with it, right? And again, you can choose how many images you want, the resolution, and choose the different style of that you want, right? So again, really cool. Moving on, we have generative speech, right? So here's where you can generate some speech using some of our AI voices, right? So type in what you want your script to say. You have the ability to add pauses. And then here's where you can choose your voice, and you can sample between all the different voices that we have, female, male, as well as you can create favorites and then view those favorites in your favorite section there. And then for languages, here's a note too. So if you type your language in whatever language you type into the script box there, MediaPlace will automatically generate that voice in that language for you. So you don't have to worry about changing a setting or anything like that. It automatically detects the language that you're typing in and then generates that speech in that language, which is really cool. All right, so that's our AI section, from images to AI cloning to generative speech. It's all really powerful inside of MediaPlace. Now let's go on down to our Create tab. So in our Create tab, we have our Design Suite, and it allows you to edit templates for slideshows, create ads from, they could be square templates to horizontal to vertical if you want to create reels. So again, really powerful, and you can create blank projects, create slideshows, or you can create from a template itself. So if I click on this horizontal template, for example, it'll want me to enter the project name, hit create, and then it opens up in our Design Suite editor, right? Which is really powerful, right? So from here, you can add additional templates to your slides, right? You can come in here and add more templates in here. Maybe I want to add this to my project. You can add that in there, or you can create a blank slide by clicking right here and then have a fresh blank slide that you want to start with, right? So if I come back up here, you're able to edit the elements within this too. So again, we have future tutorials that do talk about how to edit and really dive into this section, but at a high level, you can edit your text, You can add borders, shadows. We have animations, which is really cool. We have text animations. So different things that you can do. We also offer layers too. So you can see the layers that make up your slide, as well as adding additional assets in there as well. So if you can add videos, audio, text, Lottie files, shapes, ability to add shapes, and in presets, stuff that you want in presets can be saved and used across any project that you have across the board, which is really powerful. And then, of course, you can import in images from within and your actual files that have been synchronized and drag them into your said project, right? Which is really cool. All right. So again, this is really powerful stuff inside of MediaPlace that you could then utilize for your project needs, right? So really cool. You have elements here too, just to go over. You have the slide. You can change slide durations, project durations. So a lot of different stuff in here, but just the ability to use the design suite and make it your own is really cool into itself, right? So down below here, we have inside the create, we have the background section. And the background section allows you to generate really cool, unique backgrounds that you may want for presentations, for projects, right? So from here, we can generate, like we have this image selected here, and I can generate different shapes for it. I come in here, do I want to save it as a PNG or an SVG? I have that option. Also, I can choose whether I want this to be 4K, full HD, square, vertical. You have those options and change the color for the background as well as the shape itself, right? And then you can export those out. So say I wanted to save that, you could generate it and then save to your My Files, and that would save it out or export it to an external hard drive, which is cool. And you have options here too for different types of backgrounds here that generate different styles. You can choose waves, peaks. You can go with steps, right? And then you can choose whether you want those to be solid, linear, for colors. You can change the angles. So there's a lot of different stuff in here that's really cool to manipulate, to kind of give you those different backgrounds that you want, to kind of inspire you and to give you different resources for tools that you can use, right? And you have different options here from different background types. This one's really cool too, because it allows you to change your shapes, right? So I come in here, choose different shapes, and I can make things here if I want, come into this, right? So you have different options, do different things and create different fun backgrounds, right? Stuff that really helps develop your workflow and go from there. All right, so now let's talk about our web browser. So you can navigate to the web browser by going to your download section here and then selecting web browser. And what the web browser does is allows you to insert a website and pick apart the elements that that make up this website, right? So if I type in MediaPlace's website here, you'll see it lets me scroll through like a standard web page would, but on the right-hand side, it shows me all the assets that make up this website. So whether I want to save out this specific asset here, I could save this to my files here, that's into my synchronized folders inside of MediaPlace. I can take some of this and use it for inspiration for maybe something I want to build. So maybe it's just something, a favorite website that you have and you really like their artwork, their images, the way they're doing stuff. You could then pick apart their site and use that stuff as inspiration, right? And then of course at the top here, you can navigate between images that are available from this website, as well as video clips, SVGs, audio, if there's audio included, and then it shows you the resolution for things like that. All right, so again, very powerful tool that allows you to insert a website and then scroll through, and then you can find the assets that make up that site, so then you can then use them for your inspirational projects that you have, right? Which is really cool. So if I navigate back down to the download section and go to free media, and free media is an awesome royalty-free stock library that is available to you to use to search up images, video clips, GIFs, and stickers as well, right? So for example, maybe I want to type up something with, skateboarding, right? So we can come in here, type in skateboarding, and it will generate a bunch of images of people skateboarding, right? So that I could use for specific project uses that I may have. So maybe I want this picture right here, which is really cool. I can go save, and I could save it to one of my synchronized folders, and we can go to My Files, and it will save that clip out, right? So then if I come back over to My Files here, and under here, you'll see here is that clip that I just downloaded, right? So then I'm able to edit it, I'm able to use it, do whatever I want for my project needs, right? So if I come back over to downloads, go to free media, you can do the same thing with video. If I select video, it'll load up the videos and it'll keep that same search. So now I can have video clips of different things and actions of skateboarding, right? And again, I can save this video clip out, save it to my, let's go to my media folder here. And again, I can go in and same thing, go into my files and search that video clip up. So again, really powerful feature within MediaPlace so you can go and search for content that you need for your projects. All right, so thanks for joining me for this overview of MediaPlace. With its powerful AI tools, seamless file synchronization, and intuitive features, you're ready to take your media organization to the next level. Explore, create, and stay in sync with MediaPlace, your ultimate media management solution. See y'all in the next video.